want to talk to you a little bit today about ground squirrels. They can be extremely destructive, and if you have horses and they're out in the pasture, they can cause injury to your horse, and that's something you really want to pay attention to. And so just like any other kind of vermin that you might find in your house, a mouse, a rat, you want to take care of these ground squirrels. Now, it'd be nice if they'd just go somewhere else, but oftentimes they won't do that. They will come because you have some kind of food source, and they will make themselves at home, and while they're making themselves at home, create all kinds of issues for you. Now, I know a lot of people like to use this solution right here, but others, like my neighbor, they like to use this over here. This is a T-pipe that you put a bait in there, and it takes care of them. My other neighbor and I have found that these are very effective. They're called the Squirrelinator. And you put whatever feed that they're normally stealing right inside there, and they come and they make themselves right at home there. And you can either relocate them or dispose of them however you would like to. And that is the Squirrelinator. You trap them, but in fact, by putting the food in there, you're actually entrapping them. And that puts us at a part where we can relate to our devotional today. The title of the devotional is The Treachery of Potiphar's Wife, but I think she entrapped him. He had a situation to where he couldn't win either way. He's going to lose. And so he's either going to lose his integrity or he was going to lose his place in that house. And he stood up for his integrity, and Joseph ends up in prison. The verse is Genesis 39:15. And it came to pass, when he heard that I lifted up my voice, I cried. He left his garment with me, and he fled and got him out. Now, this is so interesting, is because now Potiphar's wife was the one pursuing Joseph, but when she tells the story to her husband, she turns it around. Well, today, and in fact, we have called this projection for 120 years. This is the idea that I have the issue, and yet I'm going to project it onto someone else. Well, we have found that projection is extremely common today, unfortunately. It is a major dysfunction. What it is that I have an issue within myself, and I have not dealt with it properly, and so it's beginning to bubble over, and now instead of dealing with it and facing it, I push it off onto someone else. We find that people that have narcissistic tendencies are individuals that are very guilty of this. And so this pushing your issue or flipping the script to where you make the other person the perpetrator, this is what we find in projection. Now, it can be done in kind of a hostile way, like it was done here. It could be done in a passive-aggressive way. The issue is that you're turning things around. Now, we have seen that has made its way into the national stage today, and we see that happening all the time. But just because we see it happening doesn't mean it ought to be something that we participate in. As children of God, what we need to do is we need to uphold our moral standards. We need to be like Joseph and not like Potiphar's wife. And I want to say that in these situations, we may end up being just like Joseph, and we may end up being punished for doing the right thing. And don't find it alarming. The Bible says that that's what's going to happen. We find that with Jesus. And so let us be encouraged by Joseph's example, because Joseph was in this for the long game. He saw that down the road that God was going to use him in an amazing way, and he needed to keep his integrity intact. He did, and I want to tell you, many were blessed because of it. So let us keep our integrity intact. Let us be wise to the projection of others, and let us, when they do that, instead of reacting in anger, let us calmly, let us with wisdom deal with the issue. Pray for them that it might be resolved. These are hurting people. And we know that people that are hurting have a tendency to hurt others. So let's be wise. Let's be like Joseph. May God richly bless you.